Most B2B companies think their Google search ads cost per call is expensive because of weak ad copy or the wrong bidding strategy, or that's just how it is in their industry. But after auditing more than 50 B2B ad funnels over the past year, I found that it's not because of the ads themselves, but because of what happens after the click. Hey, I'm Eddie, founder of GrowX, a B2B advertising agency, and I'm going to show you the 5 types of specific funnel leaks that are driving your cost per qualified call up and what we do to fix them when running Google search ads for our clients. Now, before we look at the leaks, we need to understand why B2B Google Ads are so fundamentally different from e-commerce. In e-commerce, a click can lead directly to a purchase on the landing page or the website. It's just a straight line. But B2B sales require a prospect to move through multiple stages. They have to click the ad, then they have to land on a relevant landing page, then they have to qualify for your actual service or product, then they have to book a call, and finally, they actually have to show up to the call for your sales team to close them. So each of these stages is a potential point of breakage or failure. And when these stages are disconnected, which is the default for most B2B companies running Google Ads when we've taken a look at their ad accounts, the result is a fragmented funnel. So you don't just lose money at one stage, you lose money, a bit of money at every stage, and those losses compound. So where exactly is the money leaking? Let's start at the very top of the funnel. The first leak happens before a prospect even sees your landing page. It happens when you're paying for the wrong clicks. Budget gets wasted on your own brand terms and campaigns that aren't prioritized by buyer intent or ROI. A lot of agencies will bid on your own brand name to make the reporting look good, but these are often leads you would have gotten anyways, and you're paying for clicks that you already owned. The other issue is failing to prioritize by intent. If you're spending your budget on top of funnel educational searches, like how to interview a sales rep, instead of bottom of funnel buying searches, like sales recruiting agency in New York, your cost per qualified call will naturally be higher. So the fix here is what we call B2B high ROI targeting. We like to segment the market by category, competitor, capability, roles, and other B2B specific criteria. Then we score and prioritize these segments based on intent levels such as TOFU, MOFU, and BOFU, which stands for top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and cost per click. So this means we prioritize our client spends on the highest intent, highest ROI buyers first. And once we maximize these initial profits as soon as possible, we can reuse that profit to scale to other keywords, other broader keywords, or even other channels. But even if you get the targeting perfect, it won't matter if you send all those expensive clicks to the wrong place, which brings us to leak number 2. In B2B, it's very typical you will pay $15 to $50 for a highly qualified click, and then you send them to your homepage. This is one of the most common mistakes we see. Clicks go to a homepage or a single generic landing page instead of multiple search matched landing pages. So when the page does not match the buyer specific search, 2 things happen. Number 1, your conversion rate drops because the message isn't directly related to what they're searching for. Number 2, Google actually charges you more per click, and I'll explain why in a second. Say you're an IT staffing company. Someone searches outsourced cybersecurity monitoring, they click your ad, they land on your generic homepage or your landing page that talks about all 10 of your services: IT staffing, project consulting, managed services, cloud migrations, and so on. And that visitor came looking for one specific thing, and now they have to dig through your entire site or landing page to find that. And most of them will just leave. It's not worth the effort. Now compare that to landing on a page that specifically says, hire a dedicated cybersecurity team right in the headline, with case studies from companies that did just that service and a clear next step. The conversion rate on that page is going to be 50% better or even double. But here's the part most people miss. Google actively prefers to give their users more relevant content, even if it means they charge less for the click. So when your landing page matches the search query, Google's algorithm sees your ad as more relevant, your quality score goes up, Google rewards you with lower cost per click and ultimately a lower cost per call. So I highly recommend to build out multiple search matched landing pages. If someone searches for a specific capability, they should land on a page dedicated to that capability or feature. And a lot of agencies will skip this step because building multiple high quality landing pages costs a lot, or sometimes they just don't have real conversion rate optimization experience. And thankfully, my agency, GrowX, we started off as a conversion rate optimization agency. So we ran a lot of A/B tests where we send clicks to version A and version B of a landing page and see which performs better. We also analyze a lot of data like heat maps, website user behavioral data, path exploration data. So we just have information on what type of content and pages convert, and that helps a lot. So we got our prospects to convert. The job is done. Right. Not necessarily. Because leak number three is where Google's algorithm can actually work against you. If you don't have a qualification filter built into your funnel, you are actively training Google's algorithm to send you unqualified leads. And here's how the feedback loop works. A prospect clicks your ad, fills out your generic contact form. Google's algorithm registers that as a successful conversion, and the algorithm's job is to get you more of those conversions. So it goes out and finds more people just like that person. But what if that person was completely unqualified? What if they're like too small for your service? They don't have the budget, or they're actually not in an industry that you serve. Google doesn't know that. It just fills out, it just knows that they filled out the form. So it keeps sending you similar type of people. Your sales team wastes time and your cost per qualified call increases significantly. And the fix here is to actually build a qualification layer directly into your funnel. You need to actively reject low quality leads from submitting your form. And when you do this, you train Google's algorithm to only show your ads to highly qualified buyers for your product or service. And the lead quality actually keeps improving the longer you run that campaign because the algorithm keeps learning. So now you have a qualified lead, but you haven't booked the call yet. And this, from my experience, is where the most dramatic drop off happens. Even after a qualified lead submits your form, if you make them wait for an email from your sales team, they're already talking to your competitor, or their mind is in a different mode now, thinking of a different problem they have and not your product. The solution here is simple but really important. As soon as they pass the qualification filter you set up in the previous step we talked about, they're moved straight into calendar booking, which minimizes the drop off from form fill to call booked. And we don't just stop at the calendar booking, because leak number five is that prospects actually never show up to the sales call. We fixed leak number five by nurturing book leads via email sequences, which often involve sending over case studies or other materials. And this improves the show rates and close rates because our prospects are warmed up even before the actual sales calls happens. And for those qualified leads that didn't book in the direct calendar booking stage, we actually put them in a nurture sequence so that we can continuously engage them until they actually do book. And this way, we're basically just maximizing the amount of qualified calls that we put into our client's sales calendar. Now, when you plug all five of those funnel leaks that we talked about, the results really compound. Let's say we have a $5,000 monthly ad budget. Now, with a fragmented funnel, you're paying around $20 per click, very typical, getting a 2% conversion rate, a 75% booking rate, a 70% show rate, and only 50 of those are actually qualified. 50% of those are actually qualified. Now run that math and you end up with about 0.26 closed leads and $250 in profit. That's a 5% ROI. And unfortunately, it's very typical of a B2B company running Google Ads. Now with the full funnel approach, every stage improves. So your cost per clicks drops from $20 to $16 because your landing pages are more relevant. And your conversion rate also jumps to 3.5% from 2% because the page matches the user's search. Your booking rate goes up to 85% because of the direct calendar booking. Your show rate climbs from 70% to 80% because of the pre-call nurture sequences. And your qualification rate jumps to 65% because your funnel already qualified those leads and Google's algorithm is trained to send you more qualified leads. So exact same budget, the exact same product or service, but now you're closing 1.1 deals instead of 0.26, generating $22,203 in revenue and $17,203 in profit. That's a 344% ROI compared to the 5% with the same budget. So no single fix creates these results. It's the compounding effect of the step-by-step improving the funnel in every single stage. I hope this was helpful. If you want to see exactly where your funnel is leaking, we offer a complimentary growth audit. We'll look at your ad account, audit your landing pages, build a personalized game plan, showing you exactly what to fix and what results you can expect when working with us. So I'll include the link to apply in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.